on North 200 West. Then turn left onto North Michigan Road.
All right, let's try that again.
Continue for 3 miles.
I don't know what happened, but somehow we lost connection. I don't know what it was, but yeah, let's try this again. Okay. Yeah, we got a couple of uphill battles going on here. Northwestern needs 104 to catch the leaders, and then Dean needed 9 to get to 500. Hey, there's Queen. Welcome, Queen. Yeah, it was on a little earlier, and then all of a sudden, for some reason, it just stopped. So anyway, I had to start over, and that's okay. I've got a really terrible order with me right now. I mean, it's like $5 going 11 miles, and yeah, it's all orders accepted. Man, they got a gigantic rat up there. I guess that's what these blackjack dealers are calling them in there, is a bunch of rats or something. I don't know. But yeah, they're on strike over here at this casino, so that's what they are. You did a $3.50 order shopping, that was only one item. Well, all this is right here is one item. And here's the funny thing about it, Queen. Here, let me go ahead and turn that around. The funny thing about this, though, is that they wanted me to pick up one item over at, close to the place where I live and drive it all the way up here. When number one, there's a store right up here, which, I mean, if I was going to come up here anyway, I would have rather got it at that store. It at least made it a little bit more convenient. So that would have made it a little better, but even so. But yeah, our goal right now is to get Dean to 500 before the horn sounds. So that's what we're about to do. Let's get him to 500 before the horn sounds. So let's go ahead and do it. Yeah, I just had to restart that. I don't know why. So let's get it. It's true, the algorithm is ridiculous. Yeah, it is. It's terrible. Yeah. But anyway, I mean, it is what it is. I don't know what this person's doing. I mean, it's only 40 to go through here, and that's what I'm going. And I don't know why they're going up there. Obvious sign back there that said it's 40 miles per hour. So I don't know. Do what you feel is necessary. I'm going to follow the rules. Anyway, welcome in, guys. Appreciate you all joining. Yes, that is the case up there. I mean, it's a little bit less than one, but yeah. Each day with Dean, this is Team Todd and Northwestern Dash Part 2. And it's not starting off really great because I had a long place to go with this order that I got here, but it'll get better. I mean, it's just the beginning. I mean, it's not even 5 o'clock yet. And in 3 hours, I think, we can get a lot done. Hey, Komodo, welcome in. Appreciate you joining. Thank you. Yeah. Appreciate you guys joining. This is, we got 2 uphill battles to climb. It's going to be awfully hard for them to get $104 in close to a little over 3 hours. I started, a little after 4 because I had to go and shop, and I stood in line forever just for one item. I had to stand in line forever just to get this one item, when really I should have drove all the way up here to this area to get this order instead of having to go down there and get it. I don't know why they did that, but whatever. It would have made more sense.
Turn right onto North 400 West access.
Okay, we're not, we don't need to do that. Okay, I'm sorry. Sorry, Michael, but we got to hide that. I'm sorry. We're not,
Turn right onto North 400
If you were in my
access.
position, Michael, I think you'd feel the same way. Yeah. I mean, this is about using gas. This is about using effective time since we're on a time limit. And that's what it is. It would have made more sense for me to pick it up here. That's all I'm saying. Yeah. I mean, you guys, you're entitled to your opinion, and that's fine. But yet at the same time, if you're out here doing this, you probably would have felt the same way. So sorry I have to do that to you guys, but that's just the way, that's the way it is. So, I mean, the algorithm, they do things to us, and that doesn't make sense. So, and of course we say things about that because maybe somebody might understand. Those that do what I do, they would see, hey, they need to fix this. They need to do something about the algorithms and everything. So, yeah. You got your toddler with you for a little while trying to finish making money for the... Oh, okay. Yeah, so you're doing a little mama gigs with your, with your kiddos in the car. Okay, that's good. I just...
Right onto Clover Bush Road.
I just saw that the rerun of that recent video trying to get her some watch hours. And let me tell you something. I say, Bitter Giggle, welcome in.
For a half mile.
Appreciate you joining. Thank you very much. I watched the rerun of Mama Gig's video there to try to help her get watch hours. And man, I tell you what, now she's starting to get the views. She had over 1,000 views on her last video. And I was, said, that's fantastic. She's on her way now. She's definitely on her way. I knew after she would hit 5 that she would, that the views would keep going. And, she did, that was really great to see. I was really pleased to see that. It's really great that she's starting to move up. And that's what it is. It's just like
turn left onto West
the song that Roy played that we can't use because it's copyright, and that's Moving On Up. And, yeah. Because that's definitely what she's doing, is moving on up. I mean, if she keeps that up, she'll be at 1K in no time. And that's what, and she really needs that. She really does. Very deserving.
600 north.
Well, I was afraid I wasn't going to beat that bus. Oh, well. Wonder how many times it has to stop. Well, we'll see.
Continue for a half mile.
There's a nice little van there for sale. Yeah, that's looks like a town and country. Yeah, that's nice. I like the color of that. That was the color of a van that I had, years ago that lasted me 9 years. 9 years that van lasted me. And it got me through 2013 too.
Turn left to stay on West 600 north.
I don't know if I could have gotten, if I would have, survived 2013 without that van. Because that van, I mean, that was basically all I had to my name. And at least it was paid for. That was the only thing that really kept me going.
Turn left to stay on West 600 north.
I don't know why. Vicky, you're back. Yeah, I don't know what happened, Vicky. All of a sudden, it just poof went off, and I don't know why. So I had to delete that and start over again. But it's okay to start over again. Sometimes you have to. No, Uber, we're not doing that. We're not going to New Palestine. Nope. I would have loved to have done that because I would have delivered right up here and it would have been fine, but we're not going to New Palestine. So, no, that's not happening. You're going to have to offer me more than that. They offered me $10 to go 14 miles. No.
Maryland, Indiana 46126. USA is on the left. Their door. They added the following instructions. Leave a door.
Okay. Okay. All right, I think I passed it up, so I'm going to have to, looks that way. Yeah. It was back there. The GPS told me that it was right up here where this place is, and it's not. It's down here. Let's see. Okay, so it's that one over there is where it is. So, all right. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and park and I'm going to turn around in here. Or maybe it might even just be better for me to just park here and just walk it over there. Instead of having to pull in somebody's driveway, because all I got to do is just walk across the street. I think that's what I'm going to do. There's cars here, so they're not going to worry about it. All I got to do is walk right across the street there. All right. I'll be right back. Yeah, I put a thumbs down on that one. Okay, so they want to know why. I'm going to put other, and I'm going to say, you know, there was a closer Dollar General that could have, you know, general that could have been used here. Okay. Too far distance for offer. All right. Now, maybe a few of those that might stop that. Okay. Your kid fell asleep. Well, you know what? That may not be a bad thing. I know Mama Gigs, when I watched her, she said the best thing that can happen with her when she's dashing is that her kids fall asleep. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, I don't think that's a bad thing at all for your kid to fall asleep. That's kind of good. Because, that kind of gives you, if they're asleep, that kind of gives you a little peace and quiet while you're trying to, do all the thing. It's only a bad way you have to go shop. Oh. Okay, yeah, now that's different. Because you don't have anybody to watch them. I get it. Well, I mean, if they're sleepy, they could fall asleep in the cart, Yeah, okay, I see. All right, yeah, that would be bad. That would be bad for your kid to fall asleep while you have to go shop, man. Too bad it wasn't a curbside. If it was a curbside, it'd be different. But you got to go shop. Well, this school right here is a school that challenges Shelbyville and Waldron, so they're in the same district. So anyway, we're getting right there. So I mean, hopefully on the way back we'll get something. I mean, even if I have to get, I mean, like I said, that order that could have gone to New Palestine, I mean, that really, they just needed to offer me more than that. It was upside down, and I just wasn't going to take an upside down offer. I just couldn't do that. They need to pay me more than that to go to New Palestine. New Palestine's quite a ways away. 14 miles? Yeah, that's quite a distance. And you got to pay me more than that. $10 is not worth 14 miles. It's not. Because it's not 14 miles. It's 28 miles. So when you get the kid, you just got to go strictly Doordash only. Yeah, but the problem with that is, though, I mean, if you do just go Doordash only with the other apps that you have, you may make more money with those other apps. But, like I said, but if you have your kids with you, then that might be something you might end up having to do. Okay. Oh, well. But, yeah, I could see that. I mean, of course, I have a grandson, but I don't have any other kids that age. But anyway, but yeah, I can definitely see that. All right, now. So now I've got to take the highway to go all the way back. I mean, I could go that way, but why? Oh, okay, it could go this way. Yeah. Now that I will take. Yep. Okay. I got an Uber Eats offer. It's 13 for 13, but it's back in Shelbyville. So we'll go ahead and take that. Okay, so I'm going to put Doordash on pause for now, because I don't want to have to get something and have to turn that Uber down, which I don't want to do. So we're just going to go ahead and pause this. Okay. But yeah, see, Uber's huge right now. That could have, that could at least save some of the shift, since I got to go back all the way down there, because it's delivering in town. And then when I get close to those streets, I can turn Doordash back on, and then we might be able to have another dirty stack. So we'll see. We already have one today. We already have one drawing. I'd love to see, maybe we could have 3. But in order for us to even have 2, we must get Dean to, 9 to his 500. So, like I said, if we can do that, we can get Dean to his 500 today before the horn sounds, then we'll have a drawing. With the Walmart. Oh, yeah. Yeah, and Walmart takes a lot longer to shop, too, compared to like maybe a Kroger or a Dollar General. Because, it's so much more widespread. That Kroger shopping order that I had earlier today, it wasn't bad. I was practically done. The only thing I had to do was to, they didn't have the right poundage of meat for that customer, so I had to ask the butcher if he would fix that for me. And he was like, yeah, no problem. I'll be glad to do that. Hey, Jamie, welcome in. Appreciate you joining. Yep. Looks like you're going to have to go to Walmart and get some kids some more pants. Uh-oh. Don't tell me what I think he might have done or who your kid might have done. Oh, man.
Turn left on South Franklin Street.
Well, I hope not. See what you're doing for Ponderosa. I said, I'm not doing anything for Ponderosa. I'm going to back to Jimmy John's over in back to Shelbyville to Jimmy John's, doing an Uber Eats order, $13. It's 13 for 13, but it's back in town. I have to drive all the way back there to town to go get this, and but it's okay. I'm going back to town, and it's an Uber offer, and he says, nice to do some Ubers for a change. I do Doordash all the time, and it's only 5 o'clock. A lot of times Doordash around 5 o'clock is kind of slow.
Just ahead, make a slight left turn on West 400 North.
So it's good to do Uber from now and then, and Uber has been a very big game changer. Thanksgiving, I got to work Thanksgiving, Jamie.
Left turn on West 400 North.
I have to do my W-2 Thanksgiving. I have to work the day before Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving day, and the day after Thanksgiving. So I'm at my W-2, but you know what? It's okay. I don't mind that. Sure, I would like to be with my family and everything. I'll just have to schedule that at a different time. But I get double time for working at my, at my W-2. I get double time. So I'm okay with that. And plus, you're not going to do anything out here. So, because everybody's going to be with their family, most places are going to be closed Thanksgiving Day. So I would, if I had to, comes to making money, I'd be happy to go to. Okay, so now I got a stack Uber, so we'll take it. Now we got a stack Uber. Now, which one are they going to have me go first?
Culver's 1930 North Morristown Road.
So they're going to have me pick up the Culvers first. Okay, that works. All right. Woo! Let's see, you've seen the sun for the last 3 days? Oh, the sun was out a couple days ago, but it's nothing but cloudy now. It's going to be this way for a little bit. It's okay. This is typical November weather, though. Typical November's is usually cloudy like this, and December's too. I'd rather it be overcast than real rainy and stuff. I wouldn't want that. It's nothing but rain here the last couple days, and I'm okay with just having a little if it's overcast, it's okay. At least I don't have the sun in my face, and it's a little bit easier to drive around from Nebraska. Okay, Kevin, welcome. Thank you. Appreciate you joining from Nebraska. We're doing a stack Uber Eats order. So and that's a fantastic thing. I love the idea. Just put Doordash on pause and do some Uber for a change. I'm going to get $22 for doing these Uber orders. I like that idea. At least this year I get to show some Uber deliveries instead of just DoorDash deliveries. Because Uber can really be a big game changer here, and it's certainly showing. I mean, that's a quick $27 just like that, even from a horrible start. I mean, these Uber orders are really going to bring that $5 up. Yeah. And then I turn DoorDash on, and it'll still be before 6, and I got a couple hours to really do well on, on DoorDash, because usually between 6 and 8, that's when some of the DoorDash orders are pretty good, especially if you have pizza deliveries. But we're going to go to Culver's first and pick that order up, and then we're going to go to Jimmy John's, pick that order up, and yeah, this is awesome. It's just like keeping it real life, one Charles would say. There are days that you will appreciate Uber, and so far today is one of them. We already had one dirty stack, and now we're going to do a stack order here of Uber, and when I get close to that second one, we'll turn DoorDash on, and if we get a ding just before I turn that get that order delivered, we'll have another dirty stack. So you earn percentage order just tip. You get everything, Danny. You get everything. Yeah. It used to be with Uber until they sent out this email. I got Needy Mama got the email first, and she told everybody about it. Then I ended up getting it, and it said that Uber is giving all of the tips now. So if for some reason the customer pulls the tip, Uber will take the hit for it, and not the driver. But I mean, it doesn't mean that the Uber drivers can just deliver the way that they feel, or just do it haphazardly. Now it's not going to work that way, or they'll take that program away. We still have to, as drivers, do the very best we can so we can keep that incentive. And I hope all the Uber drivers realize that what can be given to you can be easily taken away if you abuse that privilege. And that's why, it is with me. I treat everybody the same. Whether it's Uber or whether it's DoorDash, or even if I was with Spark or whatever, I treat everybody the same. Everybody gets the same, professional treatment that I can give them. Whatever I can do to help someone to make their experience better, that's what I'm going to do, because you want to give your best service. That's the way I've always been. You give your best service. You give your best service, then you're going to get rewarded for it. Just like today at my Kroger, my Kroger order. The butcher went out of his way to make sure that the meat that the customer wanted was exactly the poundage they got. Instead of taking the packages that I ended up there and having to go through all kinds of loopholes just to get DoorDash to accept it, the butcher was willing to fix it himself and put a new package together for that customer. And I was so appreciative of it, and on behalf of the customer and me, I said, I appreciate your butcher doing that. You need to recognize your butcher for a job well done. And that's what managers need to do. They need to recognize their employees for jobs well done, or if there's things that they've done to go out of their way, to help a customer or help the team. I said, you're in each the same delivery? No, every delivery is different. No, it just depends on what the offer is and how many miles it is. You get to decide if you want to take that order or not. If it's an upside down order, like say, let's say it's $6 for 8 miles. Well, that doesn't really make sense to take, because, the offer is less than the mileage. Now, if it was $12 for 8 miles, that's different. Okay.
Mile turn right using the right lane.
But then again, if the $12 is going out of the zone, then that becomes 16 miles, 12 for 16. Now that would be upside down. So, that's how you got to look at it. You got to weigh the pros and cons of that to see, if that order is going to make sense for you to take. You want to make sure that your dollar offer is more than your miles, because if it isn't, then you've got an upside down offer, which most 9 times out of 10 you don't want to take, because especially if you're going way out of your zone, like if you're getting $10 for like 15, 16 or 17 miles, you're more likely going out of your zone, and that 17 becomes 34, then your 10 becomes for 34 miles, which doesn't make any sense at all. All right, let me go pick this up. I'll be right back. Right. Well, they say it's in there, so we'll just go ahead and nobody said there was nothing in there. All right. You calculate your tip by mileage? Yes. Well, no, your tip is your base pay. Your base pay is $2. That's what your base pay is. The tip is whatever's after $2. So like you're offered $10, your base pay is $2. The customer's giving you an $8 tip. That's how you figure that. Now, sometimes if you're going way out of your zone, to go pick up an order and then take it somewhere else, then the base pay will be higher. It just depends on what zone it is and what they're going to offer you. Like, for example, there was a, okay, so now I've got to go there. All right. To Jimmy John's, so we're going to go there. There was an offer, okay, for the offers that, for the base pay starting at $2, for every time an offer is given and a dasher turns it down, then it goes up a quarter. So like if a dasher turns it down and it comes to me, instead of it being $2, it becomes $2.25 base pay. And it keeps on going until somebody accepts an offer. So one time when I was, dashing in Edinburgh, I ended up getting a $9 base pay. Why? Because so many dashers turned that order down. The customer didn't tip. So in order for that, in order for Doordash to get that delivered to that customer, then they had to offer a $9 base pay. It just keeps on going, a quarter every time somebody turns it down. That's how that works. Yeah. But we as independent contractors, we do not have to accept, those orders if we don't want to. Because we only accept the orders only if it makes sense for us to take it. And if for some reason you get a $2 offer, I mean, I've seen orders that have sat at McDonald's for like 2 or 3 hours because nobody took it because nobody was going to take a non-tip order. I've seen it happen. I would point out to the person who put the order out, the new order that I got, I would tell them, this order's been sitting here for like an hour, hour and a half. And it's like, really? And then, I'd tell some of the people and like other dashers, I'd say that order's been sitting there for a while. And they said, well, yeah, I know. Just it's not surprising because, if nobody's going to tip, nobody's going to want to take that order. And if everybody turns it down and there's no dasher to take it, then they're going to have to offer it outside the zone. And if nobody in the zone is going to take it, then they sure are not going to take it from outside the zone. So if nobody takes the offer, then it just sits there. It sits there unclaimed. And then, then there's a loss from the restaurant because they had to do that, and DoorDash really wanted to try to see if they could make everybody take, offers, but they can't do that yet because we're independent contractors. We do not, if we are not going to take orders that don't make sense. Nobody's going to take a $2 offer that goes 10, 11, 12, or however many miles. No one's going to do that with McDonald's or anything else. Yeah, some employees are seriously no help. Exactly. And they're not, which is one of the reasons why I brought up, the butcher over there at Kroger. Because I'm sure the managers see that, they probably get a lot of derogatory, things about, how somebody didn't do their job or somebody wasn't nice or something like that. I wanted to do the opposite. I wanted to show that, hey, somebody cared. Somebody went out of their way to do what they, to satisfy a customer that wanted something done because they didn't have the original poundage. So he went out of his way to make, stop what he was doing and, go out of his way to make sure that customer had the poundage they wanted. When a lot of other people would not have done that, say, oh, sorry, we can't do that, or whatever the case may be. No, he didn't have any of that. He was going to do it. Because I know a lot of people, especially those that I work with, if they were in that position, they would have said no. They said, what we have is what we have. That's not the right way to conduct business. But I just had to say something to the manager to say he went out of his way, to do something for a customer that a lot of people would not do. And you need to, I'm not saying that, to do a reward or anything, but just the words themselves and maybe a possibility of an employee of the month kind of thing for something like that could be in the works, all because somebody went out of their way. I've seen that happen before. That's how you get employee of the month. That's how you get promotions. That's how you do those kinds of things, because you go out of your way to take care of a customer, who you've never seen before, probably will never see, but you're doing it as a team player. And team players is what managers want to see. They want to see team play, unless there's those that don't care. But the majority of managers that do care, that's what they want to see. They want to see team players. They want to see satisfaction from their customers. They want to see their profits and stuff go up, because if one customer, praises somebody from there, what are they going to do? They're going to tell their friends. They're going to say, hey, so-and-so made my meat, the way that I wanted. I said, if you need your meat made the way you wanted, well, then you need to go and get on the phone and ask for this guy. He'll take care of you. That's the kind of thing that you get. That's how you get employee of the month. That's how you get promotion. That's how you do that. It takes one person. One person can change the way, can change your life.
Turn left on East
All because somebody said something good about you. Almost everybody wants to, find something derogatory to say. But what about those who have something good to say? What about that? Doesn't that count too? If somebody goes out of their way, yeah, I'm going to say something, because I represent the customer. Yeah. What about customer complains about the cold order or says it's incomplete? Well, I don't get to know that. Okay. Because most of the orders that I deliver, if there's something missing in there, the bags are sealed. Okay. If the bag is sealed by Board of Health regulations, I am not allowed to open the bag. Okay. I could get in serious trouble opening the bag. So that's why I don't do it. That's why they seal it, so that, Dashers can't get in there. They do that for a reason. It's not just Doordash rules or Uber Eats rules. It's Board of Health rules too.
In a quarter-mile, turn left on Progress Parkway using the left lane.
And that's the way it should be done. The food and stuff should not be tampered with. They should always be sealed. So that when it's sealed and they know that it's a non-tampered seal, the customer knows that if something is missing in there, then the dasher isn't responsible because it was the merchant who did not, complete the order. Then the merchant's the one that takes the hit and not the dasher. At least that's the way it's supposed to be. But of course, for some things, I mean, especially if you bring something up, well, 9 times out of 10, the dasher is always wrong and the customer is always right. Well, that's not the case. And I proved that with a couple of shopping orders, that, Doordash did see it my way, and they fixed the problem because they knew that I was right about the situation because they did an investigation and they found everything I said was credible, and they fixed my shopping rate because of it. But Danny, if there's a complaint or something like that, I won't know about it. The only time I would know about it is if I got an email or some kind of thing that said, hey, they were missing something or something like that. But that wouldn't be my responsibility because if there's something missing, unless I forgot a drink or something like that, but if there's something missing from somebody's order that's in a sealed bag, then that's on the merchant. That's not on me. See, how's the customer get a new order? Well, all they can do is they can ask for a refund or they can ask for it to be remade. It just depends on the situation. All right, let me go in here and Jimmy John's pick up my second order. All right, well, it looks like I've got 3 orders here. 2 Jimmy John's orders and well, that's okay. Okay. All right. Yeah, I didn't see that 2 order thing on there. I didn't see that at all. Okay, confirm that. All right. Complete pickup. All right, who are we going to?
At 717 South Tompkins Street.
Okay, that's my second Jimmy John's order. So I guess everything is all over in that section over there. I know where the 1 is. Okay. Surprising, there's nobody here at Jimmy John's. Well, of course, it's not quite 6 o'clock yet either, so. All right.
Turn right, then turn left.
Okay, I'm not sure. Well, you turn right, then turn left, and then turn right again. So that's what we'll do. Okay. I don't think those guys are gone yet over there from that construction, but I think I can go straight through instead of having to turn. But yeah, I mean, as far as customer service is concerned, I'm a big stickler on that. That's why I did what I did. Because another thing too, when you say something good about somebody, like it's something they go out of the way, if somebody notices them and then you say, you know what, well, if this person noticed me, then maybe I need to continue what I'm doing because then other people will notice me. And, like I said, you keep doing that, then, somebody's going to notice you even more and they're going to offer you a promotion. I've seen that happen, guys. I mean, you give your best, even if you don't feel like it. say, I don't know this customer. I don't know if if I really should do that or not. Well, just know that if you do, and you just decide, hey, okay, I'm going to be a team player.
Right,
I'm going to give my best smile, give my best, even though I don't feel like it. You just never know that one person's going to walk in there and they're going to see you do it, and you're going to get an offer, to work somewhere else that pays more, and it's all because you gave that effort. And that's what I can say about Dean. So I believe the business isn't releasing 2-hour-old order. I said, much time Doordash is responsible. Well, exactly. Well, yeah, that's exactly right, Danny. Let me give you an example, Danny. Okay, what you just said. Now, what you just said. Let's go back to the Penn State Dash a couple of weeks ago in the morning. Okay, I'm in Franklin. Okay, dashing. Doing the Penn State Dash. Okay, I have a Kroger order over there at. So I get a Kroger order first. It's $8, shopping for like 6 items. And it's just, going not too far away from there. So I get in there, and it's all live, by the way. So I go there and get an offer for a stack order, and it's $28 going 31 miles. But I know where it's going. But here's the thing, Danny. That order should have been picked up at 6:20 in the morning. What time did I get that offer? 7:15. 7:15. Now, of course, I was wanting to take the $28 because that's good. That's what I generally make in 2 hours. So that would have been okay because I already had another order on top of that. So I would have made, let's see, $36 just doing 2 orders. And I generally do that in a 2-hour time period. So, I could have done that. But then I realized, I said, but I had to, they wanted me to go, forget the Kroger customer and then go down there and pick that up and just leave the Kroger customer sitting in the dust when I'm already there. And it's like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and shop for the Kroger person and get that out of the way since I have to go all the way out there anyway. But then when I noticed it said 6:20 and it had to be delivered, I mean, even if I would have passed up the Kroger customer and drove all the way down there to do that, I still would not have gotten that order, to that customer on time because of the time that they wanted me to have it delivered. I got the order at 7:15. They wanted that order delivered by 20 minutes to 7, picked up and delivered. Yeah, that's what they wanted, picked up and delivered by 20 minutes to 7, when it should have been, given to somebody at 6:20. And the only reason they did it is because the Edinburgh district didn't open until 7:30. That's the only reason why the Franklin district got it. Yeah.
In a quarter-mile turn left
So,
on South Pike Street.
When I saw that, this is what I did. When I saw that, I said, okay. I got to the other customer, the Kroger customer. I delivered that. And then when I saw how much time I had to go take care of all that, I unassigned the order because I would have got a contract violation. Now, had I gone and done the other, gone down there and taken care of that customer over there, in the Edinburgh, Nineveh area, had I done that, then, I would have got a contract violation for that because I bypassed that customer to go take care of the other one. So I would have got a contract violation either way, whether it was from that person or it would have been from the, from the person in Trafalgar where I had to pick up the order. So then I wouldn't have got it done on time anyway, even after that. So then I would have got 2 contract violations. So, yeah, I would have had 2 contract violations. And that wasn't going to have that. So then they offered that order to me again, and DoorDash had called me, and they said, why did you turn that offer? See, why did you unassign that order? And I said, well, the reason why I unassigned the order was because, I would have got a contract violation, because the time that you wanted me to have that order picked up and delivered, there's no way I would have had it there. I would have been at least 20 minutes late. And you would have given me a contract violation for that, right? And they're like, yeah, we probably would have. See? Yeah, you would have given me a contract violation for that. So that's why I turned it down. And then they tell me, I said, well, they're one of our, this person's a premium customer, and they're pretty livid because they didn't get their order. And I said, why they're livid because they didn't get their order is because, nobody was offered that order at 6:20 like it should have been. Even if they were, that was turned down by everybody, and nobody wanted to do it because nobody wanted to travel that far. I said, and your first problem is, the Edinburgh district doesn't open until 7:30. That's your first problem. You need to fix that part so that district is open. And when that district is open, then you have dashers that can go and take that order like it's supposed to be. Someone can travel to Trafalgar over there and pick that up. And then
Drop off.
All right, where are we at? Let's see. Okay, so it's right back here. Okay. Yep, right there. All right, let me drop off the first one here, guys, and I'll be right back. But that's what it is, Danny. That's, that shows you how crazy it is. Well, anyway, DoorDash offered me $5 to take the order. So I went ahead and took it, and then I'll tell you more about it as soon as I drop this off. Okay, so yeah. All right. So now I have to go here on this street. But anyway, like I said, so anyway, to continue that story, they they offered me $5 to take care of the offer. Because they said, because they just wondered why it was turned down, and I said you would have given a contract violation, so that's why I turned it down. I didn't want to turn down that much money, but the reason is you wanted it delivered by such and such a time. $28 is not worth a contract violation, or even two for that matter, because you would have given me one for the other customer too, because that customer would have been late, and no contract violation is worth any amount of money. It just isn't. Yeah. It just isn't. But anyway, that customer did not get quality product. But DoorDash insisted that I deliver it. And I just told him, I said, well, this is on you. You want me to deliver it? Then that's fine.
Miller Street using the left lane.
And then the sad part about it is, he doesn't DoorDash charge deliver charges? Is the $2 in tip combined? You can tell if it's been turned down a few times. Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah, because all you got to do is look at the base pay. But see, I didn't know what the base pay was, Danny, because I didn't know what it was, because they don't tell you that until after you've delivered it. After you deliver it, you don't know what your tip is. You don't know what the base pay is until after you deliver it. So I don't know how many times it was turned down. But the thing is,
on South Miller Street.
Okay. So that's why I don't know. I mean, I had no idea what it was because I unassigned the order. And so that's why when Doordash called me, said they gave me the order back for me for, a lot less pay. But then they said, well, we're going to give you $5 if you deliver it. This is a premium customer. They're really upset because no one's delivered it. And it's like, and I told him, I said, well, part of your problem is the district isn't open before 7:30, and you're relying on either Columbus or Franklin to take care of Edinburgh's problem when Edinburgh should be open. That's your first problem. So that needs to be fixed. And a customer has a right to be upset because of something that couldn't be fixed on your guys' end. And then what that representative wanted me to do was explain to the customer what happened, why it's late and all that kind of stuff. I said, why should I have to say something? This is your thing. You want me to explain, you want me to explain to the customer a problem that's yours from the beginning? You should be the one to explain it, not me. I'm not responsible for your mistake. This is on you.
Drop off.
You did not give me the order. Let's see, where am I at here? It's on the, okay, so it's down here in the end. Okay. Yep, right here. Okay. We'll drop this one off here. The second Jimmy John's will be right back. All right. Whew. Okay. Let's see. How do you come up with an amount unless informed first besides the tip and the base pay whether to take it or not? Because almost every order is $2 base pay. Almost every order is. Okay. But then if you see something like $2.25, like $2.50 or something like that going for such and such a miles, I mean, that's generally what it is for your $2.50, $3 orders. A lot of that is going to be like that. And if it's going to be upside down miles, like 2 for 6 or, 3 for 7 or something like that, well, then right there, that's how you know whether to take it or not. I mean, even though you don't know the base pay, how you can determine what it is that, that you want to take, well, then that's all determined by, how much you're as far as is a tip.
Right on South Miller Avenue.
That's the only way you're really going to know. because it's all about whether you're going to take a upside down order or not. Most of your non-tip orders are those that are upside down orders, or those that are just $2 or $2.25. Those are the ones you really don't want to take. You see, that's one of the reasons too. It's like if you get an offer like $6 for like 11, 12, or 13 miles, you know that's upside down. That's less than 50 cents a mile. You know, those are orders you don't want to take either, because they're upside down mileage. You know, they could tip better than that, because that's, you know, the mile, you know, you're going out of your way than doing it the way that you want to do it. So yeah, that's how you figure that out. But anyway, that whole situation with that McDonald's and Trafalgar and all that, that's, you know, you that answered your question right there. I mean, if you want to see all that for yourself, it was done live. It was done on a live stream. So that it was done live. So you can see for yourself what it was I had to go through on that. That's the first Penn State Dash. The first one, the part one. Yeah, you see for yourself what it was that I did with it. And then there was one on the second one that was just even more ridiculous on both platforms. You know, I had an Uber Eats offer that you know, that
Make
went
a
to
sharp
some
left turn on West South Street, then drop off.
Okay, I'm just gonna make sure that nobody turns up here, because they dart their turn up here. Okay. All right, let's see, where are we going here?
Drop off.
Let's see. Right there. Okay. That's the numbers of a line that I check at my other job. All right, I'll be right back. Can you get through? Should be able to. I know it's rough. They shouldn't be having cars out here. All right, be right back. Got Doordash back on. Okay, just give me a second, guys. I'll be right back. Hold on, guys. Why wasn't that amount on the Penn State order? I said, it's because it was a total of all of them. All right, guys. Sorry about that. I had to do that. You're around too. Hey, Presley, welcome in. Sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of that real quick. So, anyway. Yeah, that was really good. That Uber order, that was that was nice. I really need that. Okay, these businesses can be really hard to keep with. If you can realize the scheme, you can manipulate it for your own advantage. Hopefully. Well, yeah, and that's the thing, though. I mean, you know how some things can be, and you know how some of this stuff can be manipulated, and you know how much some of this stuff. How other businesses will take from you so they can gain it from their profit. See, that's the thing that Uber Eats did. But they had too many complaints about it, and the reason why they had too many complaints about it is if someone got a really good offer, like saying they got an offer to like $34 to go 10 miles to deliver some pizzas or something, then all of a sudden the customer, wants to be a tip baiter, and then all of a sudden you do all that work and you only get $2. There are customers on Uber Eats that have done that. So, yeah. So anyway, they stopped that because that's what, when I first heard about that, that was Meaty Mama. She's the one who brought that email up, and then I ended up getting it. So after I ended up getting that email, then I see that, that's really, that it is the truth, that I'm getting all of my, pay now. So they're not tip baiting. I mean, even though there might have been a problem if for some reason the Uber driver, was not professional or whatever, and they end up pulling the tip, well then, it's, then Uber's taking the hit as far as that's concerned. But, and if they, they do that, but see, and I really think, I just really hope that even though they're doing that the drivers don't take advantage of it and just do the deliveries however they feel and, not be professional and all that stuff. Hopefully they're smart enough to not do that, because that incentive can just be taken right back. You don't just be given that incentive and then, and then just feel like you can do whatever you want to do, and think that, Uber's just going to continuously do that for mistakes. So we got another one here. What do we got here? Okay, that one I am not going to do. That's $10 going 17 miles. I am not going to take that one. Now that's $10, 17 miles. All right. All right, now that one I will do. Okay. Now that's a $12 one that's going to Waldron. That I can do. And that see, that's okay. I can do that one. So I will do that one. Man, Uber's is getting it tonight, guys.
In a quarter-mile, turn right on South Noble Street.
Okay, so now I've got to put Doordash back on pause again. Well, that's all right, though. All right. I hate to do that, but, Uber's getting it.
In a quarter-mile, turn right on South Noble Street.
Yeah. Boy, I really am appreciating Uber tonight, but that first one they offered me, absolutely not. Yeah. $10 for 17 miles? No, that's $10 for 34 miles, where it was going. No.
Turn right on South Noble Street.
Yeah, I know where that address was that I saw it. It was right in the heart of, in no man's land over in Fairland. That is, that was definitely not happening.
In a quarter-mile, turn left on East Mechanic Street.
Yeah. Yeah, that was going to no man's land. I didn't deliver on that street, but I know I delivered on a street not too far from that, and that's way out there. I mean, that's close to Indianapolis. No, I'm not doing that. No. Not for $10. Now, if they would have offered me like $20 for that, that would have been different. Yeah. Still would have been upside down, but at least it would have been a better offer. That's how, Danny, that's how you can decide what's good to take and what isn't. Man, Uber is absolutely killing it tonight. And I'm okay with that. I don't mind that at all.
Turn left on East Mechanic Street.
I'm sure that Uber's probably thinking, I say, what in the world? He's taking all these offers? I mean, what is it? I said, well, you're giving me better offers than what you usually give me. I mean, that last one you gave me was a real awful one, but, I'll take, but that one's not too bad. I mean, sure, I'm going to Waldron, but that's okay. I don't mind going there. it's a lot less mileage, and you're offering me more to go there than you were to go to Fairland. And plus, Waldron is a lot less miles than Fairland is.
Harrison Street.
But that's really, you just figure out what works for you. You're an independent contractor. You do not have to take every offer they give you. You just figure out for yourself, what's going to work for you and what isn't. Wabash for $5.50 for 7 items. You get 3 items additional. Oh, okay. Man, I mean, this is awesome. I mean, Uber is just absolutely stealing the show tonight. Yeah, that guy's got no headlight there, so he can go on ahead. I think there's somebody up there that might be interested in that. At least there was earlier. Well, hopefully they're in the home stretch of this maze, getting this maze complete, because let me tell you, this has been rough driving through this. Really rough. And I know that those that work at this plant that's, across from the plant that I work at, I know they'll be happy to be able to go down that one road again and just go straight down to the parking area without having to drive all the way around the building and, and park, because that's an additional 2 to 3 minutes or longer, depending on, what department they work in. Because there's certain parking for certain departments. And you definitely got to go 30 here. Especially when it's this dark, because there's no street lights here. And that's the one thing too. I mean, if you're going to do construction here, you should at least have some street lights out here where, everybody can see. And it would just make things that much easier. I mean, when the road is done, it's going to be nice looking, and I know that they want to have some roundabouts, and roundabouts would make things a little bit easier in some places. And they're even working tonight. Oh yeah, I might want to take advantage of tonight, because it's going to be it's got some rain coming the next couple days, from what I understand. So you might as well take advantage of it tonight. I mean, it is 48 degrees. It could be worse as far as cold and warm and all that. There's somebody walking out there that I think should have a safety vest on. I mean, they're on the sidewalk, but still, at least they would, like to know, they see somebody walking out there. I mean, I'm big on safety when it comes to that. Okay. Yep, I'm just this is just awesome that I'm getting some Uber offers. See, had I been just sitting around waiting for Doordash, just like I would have last year, who knows what I would have got. But now that Uber's a part of this, I mean, it's It's been a game changer that Uber has today.
In a quarter-mile, turn right using the right lane.
All right.
Turn right, then make a sharp right turn on North Morristown Road.
Yep, going to Cracker Barrel. As long as it's taking me to get here, hopefully the order's ready, because 9 times out of 10, the order's not ready here at Cracker Barrel. Any of them. They're just real slow with some of these Cracker Barrels.
Turn left.
The one in Edinburgh always was. There was lots of times I was waiting 25, 30 minutes for one of those orders. I mean, a lot of times it was a double digit, but even so, you were waiting forever.
Pick up on the right.
All right. All right, be right back. All right, this order's got some sweet tea. I like seeing that. They do have good sweet tea here, by the way. The sweet tea here is good, but if you want some really good sweet tea, McAllister's Deli. That's good sweet tea right there. Yeah, McAllister's Deli. That's a good one. All right. So, okay. Verify it. We got the sweet tea. Yep. All right. Just want to make sure that was on there. Order's verified. Got it. Okay. Okay, so. Now, I think they're going to make me take the highway, probably going both ways. I don't know if they're going to make me take it both ways or not. We'll see. I mean, and if they do, even if I have to get off at the second exit on there, that's all right. I just don't know which way they're going to have me go. I mean, it's okay either way. It doesn't bother me. Just want to hurry up and get back there because right now it's 6 o'clock. Then we can add the DoorDash orders on top of it, and we got ourselves a good thing going.
Then turn left on North Riley Highway.
All right. They say expected by 12 after. Well, I could get there. I mean, if I'm taking the highway, I probably could get there, so I'll be close anyway. But yeah, guys, I mean, it's hopefully, like I said, we've got one dirty stack going already. But since Uber's, pretty much taking the show right there, so they really haven't given DoorDash much of a chance. But it's okay. I mean, I think once I get through here, then, then I can, turn DoorDash back on, because when I come back to town, I'll be on that side of town where I can get either or. So, okay. All right, you can go. Come on. I don't have a long light, so.
Turn left toward I-74 East using the left lane.
Yeah, that's what I thought. They're probably going to have to get me off at the second exit, not the first. Either way, that's okay. Yeah, half a gallon of sweet tea. Good choice. It's good sweet tea there.
Turn left toward I-74 East.
All right. That's good. Nobody coming that way. That didn't help the tire. Yep, it does have me going past the second exit. Okay. The 244 exit. Well, I will get there faster. I will say that by doing that. So, yep. Okay, let's take a trip down 74 going to Aldrin. It has not really been a bad day, in just doing all of Shelbyville today. Not at all. We still got a couple hours to go. Thankful for Uber. Yep, Uber's gotten the job done today. Okay, so now I know that I don't get off here, that I keep on going. Question you never wanted to be asked. That's a good one. Here, I'll just put that down there. Yeah, that's a good one. And for most people, how old are you? That's for most people. That's the question I don't really like to be asked. How old am I? Okay, there we go. Just need another $40. Okay. You can do it. It's only 6. It's just so hard to believe that it's 6 o'clock and it's this dark. And we haven't even gotten to the solstice yet.
2 miles, take right exit 119 toward Indiana 244 East Milroy.
We still got a month before that. Then after the solstice, then we gain 2 hours of sunlight. So no, it's ridiculous. Yeah. Up until the solstice, we still lose 2 minutes of sunlight. But then after the solstice, then we gain 2 minutes of sunlight. Burger King onion rings. Zesty sauce? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, that zesty sauce is good. Absolutely, Jamie. I sure do. Yeah, that's pretty good sauce. And sometimes if I have enough in it, I'll dip fries in that too. That's good sauce. It really is good sauce. Figured out the secret ingredient. Oh, really? And what would that be? Got a feeling I know where this is going.
In a half mile, take right exit 119
cheese,
toward Indiana 244 East Milroy using the right lane.
All right, let's see. Yeah, my newest thing. Okay, now, which way are you going to have me go after I get off of here? I got an idea, but... Rarely do I ever do this on this far, so... Okay. I rarely get off at this exit.
Take right exit 119 toward Indiana 244 East Milroy, then keep right. Right toward Waldron.
Yeah, that's where we want to go. We don't want to go the other way. Okay.
In a quarter mile, turn left on East Michigan Road.
Yeah, that was faster to go that way, and I still got a few minutes to get there, so... It says I got, what, how many more minutes? 5 minutes, it still says? I don't know if I'll get there at that time, but... Close enough.
Turn left on East Michigan Road.
Okay, well, yeah, but I mean, but that is really good sauce, though. I mean, it really is. I mean, it's with onion rings, fries. Yeah, I mean, it's good. I mean, especially if you had ketchup a lot, sometimes you might want something that's a little bit, ketchup, being kicked up a notch. All right. Cheese based. Well, lots of things, they're good with cheese. I'll guarantee you, cheese. Lots of things. If you have, especially, depending on what kind of cheese it is, that's why I like pizza so much. The cheese part of it. All right, we got 14 in here. Thank you guys, appreciate it. One thing that I'd like for all of you to do, if you have not done so already, on my thumbnail, you see, next to Tot, you'll see the name Each Day with Dean. He's very close to 500. He had 10 to go, and I'd like for those to visit his channel. See a rerun of his, see what his channel's all about, and let's get him to 500, guys. That's what I'd like to do. If we can do it before the horn sounds, then we'll have a drawing. So you like those cheese balls? Yes, they're good, depending on how they're made. Yeah, I do like those cheese balls also. Yeah, acceleration is much quicker than the manual trucks. Well, this
Customer updated.
And what would that be? What did they update? Fruitcakes. Oh yeah, I like that too. Fruitcakes are really good. Yeah, so it's a house that's on this road. $2? No, don't think so. No, thank you. Let's see. No, thank you. I'm trying to find this address right now. $28 and you're good to go. All right, well, let's see. Is there any place that I can...
In a quarter-mile drop-off.
Okay. Is there any place that I can pull over here? Nope, there isn't. That's why I don't like these places with no lights. I still got a ways to go. Okay, there's somebody's turning back there. Okay, that helps. Right here? Yeah, I guess so. I guess it's this person. All right. Okay, can I get up here? Yeah, I can.
Jennifer A. says, meet at door. The light in the driveway is on and I will open garage door when you pull in.
Yep, oh, there she is right there. Okay. All right. All right, guys, let me do this. I'll be right back. Hello.
My pen's $18.95.
Okay. There you go. Great choice on the tea. Have you ever had McAllister's? Because that's good too.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Thank you. $18.95. All right. Thank you, ma'am. All right. All right. Done. That was easy. Okay, so now, at least she has an area back here to where I can see that, I'm not going to be hitting any, I can just go straight back and I won't be driving in grass or anything. Okay. Okay. Let's see. All right. Am I good here? I think so. Yep, I am. All right. Did it just perfect. Just what we needed to do. Okay. So. All right. Okay, I got to resume my dash, even though I'm this far away. It's all good. All right. Yeah, guys, Uber is getting the job done tonight. I don't know where I'd be with Doordash had it not been with Uber. Because we started this dash with only $67. And the one thing that they can hope to do is maybe tie Michigan. And if they do that, tie Michigan or Michigan State, either one, if they can tie either one of them, then we'll go to Rushville for 2 hours. That'd be nice. Each one would have 2 hours. And that also increases the prize. Just like all the dirty stacks increase the prize too. We started at 150 and we've had all these dirty stacks. This will make 4 tonight for just the wait, now that'd be 5, wouldn't it? Yeah. You'd be at $125, in the prize money, or no, more than that. $175 in the prize money just for that alone. And I got there on time to deliver the order too, so that worked out. I will say, great job tonight, Uber. You've made a big difference. I mean, you gave me some really bad orders too, but these last 4 that I've delivered certainly has made a big difference. All right. So we're heading back to town. It's just a little after 6, so we still got quite a bit of time. Maybe we'll get some pizza offers or something, since I went ahead and verified my pizza bag from earlier, so hopefully they'll give me some. We've had pretty much several shopping orders today. It's been pretty interesting. I mean, I've got, even for a Thursday, except for like maybe a couple of times, I've kept pretty busy. And that's the one thing I like to do. I like to stay busy. I just do. I mean, I enjoy staying busy. Just like at my W-2, I like to stay busy there too. That's why, like when I'm watching everybody, when I can, I put somebody's, watch hours, and like if they're live, I'll just leave them on. Even if I can't participate in the conversation, I'll at least have them on, give them watch hours. So that'll help. Because if I'm busy doing my stuff at my W-2, I just don't have time to just, to be conversing and all of it. I mean, I will if I have the chance. But anymore, that's kind of, hasn't been too easy to do with all the stuff that's going on over there. I just wish on some of these roads they'd have a little bit more street light to make it a little easier to get through. All right. Say, all right, me and my son are making a bet to which football team will win. Okay. We go to Texans win, we go bowling. Buffalo wins, you go see a movie. But if Texans win, you go bowling. Well, with the way the Texans are playing this year, I think Buffalo's pretty much got this one. Yeah, the Texans look, the Texans, I mean, they're okay, but they're not, they're not an elite team like they used to be. And Buffalo has always been a pretty good team. So, yeah, I would say Buffalo's probably got that one. So that's why I'd say if there's a game going on tonight, well then, this would be an ideal time to get some wings or some pizzas or something, something like that. Okay, so now we're back in town. I mean, you never know. Exactly. Well, yeah, I mean, especially depending on the field that it is too. It's just like the Big Ten. I mean, you could be 1-10, but if you're playing on your home court and then a 16-0 team or 11-0 team comes to your thing and they think that it's an easy win, no, hey, now we finally got a Doordash. Well, what is it? Dairy Queen and Pizza Hut, 2 of them. It's $10 going 5 miles. All right, we'll do that. We'll take that Dairy Queen. So now Doordash is getting in the action. So we're getting some double-digit offers here, guys. That's going to help the cats out a little bit. Yeah. Yeah, I think the cats are going to make a little comeback here. Certainly looking like it. Yeah, I kind of like that idea. Trying to make $60 before the game starts or something. Well, I mean, hang around pizza places. That's where or wings. That's probably the places to hang out. So I got a Pizza Hut order, so okay, I'm gonna pull in here. A lot easier for me to pull into Dairy Queen here. Yeah. Okay. So now I just got to make sure I put it in that bag because I got to go to Pizza Hut. So that will be important. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. Let me put this in the bag here so it can stay fresh. That's the one thing I like about when you have Dairy Queen, that you got this bag right here. It will keep it, it is a good cold bag. It's a good hot bag, but it's also a good cold bag too. Because who knows how long I'll be waiting for that pizza order. Okay. Oh yeah, well probably got to take a picture of it. Yeah, start pickup. All right, hold on. Let's see here. Yeah, no receipt, but okay. Okay, can't. All right. No receipt, but you have this. Okay. Good enough. That's all they want to see. All right. All right. Okay, now we go to Pizza Hut. Hey, Luke B is me. All right, welcome in, Luke. Thank you for joining. Yep. All right. Yeah, Luke, we've been said Uber's been killing it tonight. I've had some really good Uber orders. I mean, a little bit more miles than I've wanted to go, but they've still been good orders because they've been double digits. Doordash hasn't really been good at all. I had that one horrible offer, but but then Uber kind of picked it up, and now I finally got a DoorDash order that's that's $10 for two drop-offs, but at least it's better than than what I've had at the very start. So okay. It's been a while since I've been in here. All right, I'll be right back. That's the first time in a while that they have had this order that they've been before time to pick it up. Okay. Well, they're both in there, so. All right, receipt. Let's see what receipt do they have. Is it? Yep, okay. take a picture of that. All they want's the person's name. Okay. All right. Okay. Go get it, Queen. There's another 2% of your acceptance. You'll be back to platinum. Get it, Queen. You better get it. Yep. Okay, so, all right, I've had this person before. I know where to go on that one. I can turn right up here, which makes it much easier. Okay. All right. All right. Yeah, that was not smart there. Okay. Yep, you can do it, Queen. You can do it. You can do it. You can get those 2 orders tonight before the game starts. That'd be perfect. Yeah. 2 orders back to back. You're back to platinum. That's all it takes. Yeah. I know it sounds like an uphill battle before the game starts, but you can get there.
On State Road 44. Then, in 900 feet, turn left onto Amos Road.
Apartment complex.
Turn left onto Amos Road.
I think I've been to this person before.
Continue for a half mile.
We will have at least one drawing tonight. Dean still has 9 to go. I just checked it. He still has 9 to go. But if for some reason we don't hit it tonight, there's always tomorrow. We'll see what team is going to go tomorrow. And we can do it then.
Turn right onto Lewis North.
Okay, should be right here. Yep, it is. All right.
Turn left onto Blue River Way. Then 915 Blue River Way, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the right. 915 Blue River Way, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176.
All right, I'm right here. Okay, what's the apartment number? Yep. Second floor. That's okay. Okay, well. That's interesting. They say leave at the lobby. Like, what? Leave at the lobby? All right, be right back. All right, I left a message telling them, where easy access to get it is, and say it was in a cold bag, so it should be just like the way it was handed to me. So we'll see what they say after that. Okay, so, all right. Now they want this one in the lobby too. My goodness, what is this with people leaving it at the lobby? Alrighty, well, whatever. All right. Now, which way are you going to have me go to this place? I mean, I know where this place is. All right, let's see. Which way are you going to have me go?
Drive east on Lewis North, then turn left onto Amos Road.
Yeah, I figured that.
Turn left onto Amos Road.
Okay. Somebody wanted to turn, but I can make it. All right.
In 800 feet, turn left onto Howard Street.
That would make more sense for me to go that way. Cut out a lot of time.
Turn left onto Howard Street.
All right.
Continue for 1 mile.
I just found that strange for, I'm in an apartment complex and they want me to leave it at the lobby. I wonder why. I mean, generally everybody would want it delivered to the door unless they're not home and they just want to They want it left in the lobby so they can just pick it up. That could be. $28 more to go. All right, let's go. All right, the Cats are really hoping that they can tie. Oh, they need 127 to at least tie. 127 or 132, either one. That's what they're planning to hope to get. So they can at least get into a tie.
Street.
All right, that's not a bad idea. Yeah, I'm glad they did that. This is great. Okay, just got to make sure there ain't nobody coming up on Columbia though, because they sneak up on that street. Now, it would not surprise me if I, since I'm over here, that I would get a Little Caesars. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. Or a shop and deliver over there in Miller like they did at the end of the first round.
Turn right onto South Harrison Street, State Route 9. Then turn left.
All right.
Scott Street, State Route 44.
It wasn't too bad move at all. Pretty easy.
Continue on State Route 44 for 1 mile.
Now, the question is, there's 2 different lobbies that I can leave it in. I just don't know which one they want me to leave it at. Because usually when they leave it at the lobby, especially this place, they want me to leave it on the table outside by the door. But because it's a hot pizza, that's probably they want me to take it inside. But there's 2 doors. I don't know which one they want me to take it to. Will they send me over there? We'll see.
Turn right.
Will they send me there again? This place I'm about to deliver to, they're open all night. I guess third shift or second shift or something like that is working there now.
Turn right, then turn right.
Okay. Oh yeah, right up in here. Okay.
Turn right, then 1451 Miller Avenue, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the right.
Okay, so they want it up here, I guess.
1451 Miller Avenue, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA is on the right.
All right, I guess I can leave it in that chair there. Okay, let's see what they said. Leave it in the lobby. Okay. Yeah, there's a chair. Okay, yeah, I think that's the chair they're talking about. Yep, it is. All right, I'll be right back, guys. All right, $16 on Doordash tonight. So you had to turn down 3 really bad offers. Oh no. You get so close and then you get some really stupid offers. I know what that's like. I know exactly what that's like. You know, that takes the sale right out of you. But you got to do what you got to do. You just don't want to take just anything. Yeah. I mean, you're not in a contest like I am, but even so, you get some really stupid orders. I mean, yeah, you don't want to take really stupid orders. But I know that had to take the sale right out of you because you were all you needed was 2 more and you get 3 really horrible offers. And yeah, I know exactly what that's like. It's just like last year, you know, during the Purdue Dash, they only needed $5, a $5 order. Yeah, they needed $5 to tie. See, who was it they had to tie? Who was it? They needed $5. They had to tie somebody. Who was it? Yeah. I think it was Nebraska at the time. Yeah, they needed that. Yeah, they needed $5 to tie Nebraska. And then the last order came in, but it was $2.14. So I know exactly what that's like for the sales to come out of you. You think you get that order and you think it's $5 and it's $2.14. They ordered $65 worth of food and they lived in a pretty decent home and all they could afford was 14 cents as a tip. Yeah. Well, even though I'm not going to get that $29, I'm going to get this kid on me. He's getting too grumpy. Yeah, when you're that little and you want mama's attention, yeah, I get it. Yeah, we were kids once. We know what that's like. Kids get bored when you're sitting in the car doing nothing. Yeah, they get that way. We were kids once. We know what that's like. All right. We know exactly what that's like. Man, I thought sure I was going to get another one of those Dollar General orders down there, or Little Caesars. Well, then Little Caesars not necessarily out of the question because that still could happen. I just don't want to drive in the downtown area. That's all I want, unless I have to pick up an order. So we still got a little over an hour. They got to try to add on to whatever it is they got. So you got $16, and they had what was it, 54 earlier on Doordash. So that's $70 just on Doordash alone. So we need more than that. I mean, Uber has done well, but they're not close to 127. They need some more orders here. So we need to get going. I was right there by Little Caesars. I still am. So if you're going to give me one, you better give it to me now while I'm here. All right. I will say this, though. I have had the orders today, and I have. Just a lot more miles than I've wanted to drive, but even so, we have had the orders today. Even it's getting off to the late start that I got off of. I started 3 hours later than I usually do, but yet I still did okay for a Thursday. I just hate to see that, turning down 3 bad offers, when you're that close. fell asleep. Yeah. Well, and that's the thing too, when, kids will get cranky when they're sleepy. I mean, my daughter used to be that way. There was times, she would just get so cranky, and we knew that she was sleepy, and so, she just had to make sure that she went to sleep, then, she got better. And then my grandson, same way. He gets cranky too when he's overtired. So, yeah. All right. It started getting quiet on both platforms. Might have to wake Uber up. Sometimes I have to do that with Uber. Oh, got an order. Let's see what we got. What is it? Wendy's. Okay, right here. All right, we'll do that. $6.25. Okay.
Drive north on Amos Road for a half mile.
All right, let's make sure they stop. Okay, I'm going to go in the school way up here because it's hard to turn left up here on...
In a quarter mile, turn right onto State Road 44.
Yep. It's hard to turn left going out of the Wendy's parking lot, so that's one of the reasons why I'm just going to go on ahead and park in the school parking lot here. No one's ever said anything derogatory about it before, so.
Drive east. Then, in 500 feet, turn left.
Definitely decided you wanted to share what you've learned in your market with Doordash. Yeah. Well, and then, of course, there was that one guy that came in and said that, that you, me, and all the others that we follow that do Doordash and Uber Eats, he said that we are, so wasting our time doing it, doing Doordash and all that, and, saying that, that we don't have lives because we do this. Well, I was just saying, because he said it to me, he was saying it to you also, and that, I found that to be inappropriate, so that's why I just didn't appreciate that kind of thing. It's not we're doing it because it's not doing it, just because, we're bored, we don't have anything else to do. No, that's not it. We got holidays coming up. We've got, things going on. I mean, this is my extra stuff. I mean, I told him, I said, I do have a life because I have a W-2. So, but still, I just didn't appreciate that, and I just, I don't appreciate him saying that to me and to you guys. So yeah, that was, I did not approve of that at all. So I mean, I had to, I had to delete him because I don't appreciate him saying that about us, me and those in blue that I follow. That's just not, it's not appropriate. All right, let me get this Wendy's. I'll be right back. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, see where we're going with this. All right. Okay. If I figured I was going to turn, that I was going to be turning left, that's hard to do, so I'm glad I'm going this way. So, all right. I'm just going to take Mechanic Street and go down that way. All right. People just don't understand that, and as we share what we've learned and such. Yes. You know, it's just that, you know, I mean, but like I said, everybody that comes into the live stream, they're entitled to their opinion. And if that's the way they feel with it, that's something that they don't want to do, and they feel that it's boring to them, that's fine. Okay, if it's boring to you, then it's boring to you. But you just don't go into somebody's live stream and you know, call them names and, you know, say that you don't have a life and all that stuff just because you're doing this. I mean, you know, there are some people out there, you know, I mean, because if he's saying that to some people, I mean, there's some people who can't do a regular job, you know, that have to do something, and that this is what they have to do. You know, there's some people out there that are like that, you know. I mean, if they can't do a regular job and this is something that, you know, that they can do, you know, because of a fixed income or something like that, you're basically saying the same thing to them. You know, and that's not fair to say anybody. It's not like they don't have a life or anything. I mean, some people, this is the only job they really can do. I mean, sure, you're in a car driving, you're picking up orders and stuff. I mean, like I said, it's just like, you know, pizza delivery, only you're doing some other stuff. You know, but, you know, I mean, like I said, you're entitled to your opinion, but you just don't say that kind of stuff, you know, to people because they're doing it. You know, some of them aren't doing it just to do it. They're doing it because they're wanting to supplement their income, because these days you got to have 2 or 3 incomes. And if there's some that I know that, you know, that they work 14, 16 hours a day, and yet they have another job they have to do on the side, you know, kind of like this, you know, it's not, you know, that we're just doing it just to do it. We're doing it because we kind of have to do it. I mean, the only reason why I'm doing it this way is because since I'm platinum, then that, you know, then I can choose when I can do it. Yeah. I don't have to be scheduled. I don't have to schedule myself or anything. Being platinum, I can just come, you know, I can just, you know, dash wherever it is I want to dash, when I want to dash, and not worry about it. You know, it doesn't matter where I am. Like if I'm out visiting my daughter or something, if I feel like dashing out there, if it's busy, I'll do it. You know, because I can. I don't have to worry about scheduling. I'm right there. I can do it. So, you know, it's just, you got to weigh everything before you say stuff. I mean, like I said, I value, you know, his opinion. If that's the way he feels, if it's not for him, it's not for him. It's not for everybody. You know, but you don't tell people they don't have lives just because they're doing it. You know, that's just not right. I mean, there's no way in the world I would do it every single day. I couldn't. I would, you know, I would just, you know, I probably would get bored of it, like some of these that, you know, that I follow for a while that you haven't heard for a while, i.e. Chuck. You know, you do it every day, yeah, you're gonna get burned out of it if you keep doing it all the time, you know, because, you know, there's probably some other things that you want to do. But I mean, if you do it like every now and then, kind of like I do, you know, then, you know, because you have a W-2 on top of it and you're not doing it every day, well, then, you know, that's another story. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it's just better for me to do that over a regular job. It's just, you know, make the app. You see, you want to make your money sooner. Exactly. And that's what I tried to explain to him. You know, I mean, I tried to explain that to him and said, you can make money, just that way, to where you can just get in and done. And I said, you make your money instantly. Whereas if you do a regular job, you got to wait a week, sometimes 2 weeks to get a paycheck. And if you do this, you get money paid instantly. Well, he didn't understand that. He still said that, that it's a job for losers. That's basically what he said in a nutshell. I mean, all the stuff that he said, you said it's a job for losers. It's a waste of time, waste of money, and, you don't have a life if you do it. And that's, you just don't say stuff like that. Because I'll bet you if he was in the same position like some people that I know, especially those that I follow here that might be in that position, that that's the only thing that they can really do, I think he would think twice about saying something like that. Okay. Well, I'm not sure what you're going to do because I don't know what the person behind you is going to do. Okay, so now we're on the correct street.
Drive west on West Franklin Street for a half mile.
My favorite fruit, it's got to be oranges. I do love oranges. I mean, especially those little small seedless tangerine type oranges. I love those. I could have like 5 to 7 of them, even though they're real small. I love those things. And they're good for you. Purple grapes, yeah, those are good too. But yeah, but the oranges, they're my favorite. I just love those. And those little, you give me a sack of those little oranges, that sack will be gone in 3 days.
In a quarter mile, 405 West Franklin Street, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the left.
Clementines, yeah, clementines. They call them halos. Let's see. They call them like seedless tangerines. They call them all kinds of things. Yep. And speaking of which, Jamie, you were talking about clementines. I said, it's a trivia question. Who sang My Darling Clementine? Who sang that? Hey, 310, welcome in. Yeah, we're doing finishing up the Northwestern Dash here. We're kind of busy street here. That's the one thing I don't like about it down here is the fact that it's real congested and sometimes hard to deliver on. Especially at night when there's not a whole lot of street lights going on and everything. You looking up here, it's very narrow on these roads with everybody parking on the street. That's why I would not want to park on the street. I wouldn't want to live in a house where I'd have to park on a street like this. I wouldn't like
West
it.
Franklin Street, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA is on the left.
Okay. Dolly Parton? Well, yeah, but also I'm thinking Saturday morning. But yeah, I did just say that, yes, but I'm thinking Saturday morning. You'll know what I'm talking about. Saturday morning, you'll think about it. Said My Darling Clementine all the time. All the time. All right, I'll be right back. All right, tip me extra for that delivery, an extra $3. That works. Yogi, close, close. Not Yogi, but close. One of his teammates on the Yogi Yahooies. Yeah, you're close though, but no, yeah, but it's one of his Yogi Yahooie teammates. I used to watch that on Saturday morning, that's why I know. But you're close, but it's one of his teammates. Okay. Yeah, I do not like driving in these streets here at night. I mean, it's bad enough to do it in the day, but at night it's even harder. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can take this street. This work will be fine. Okay. See, weird one-way street. Yeah, there is a lot of weird one-way streets here. Yeah. Okay. Okay, Jamie, I can give you a hint. He's blue. I think maybe I'll go this way and take Montgomery. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. Yeah. Yeah. Take Montgomery Street. Then I can get back on Broadway. There you go. There you go. Yep, that's right. There you go. Sang it all the time. Yeah. Like I said, I was big with the Saturday morning cartoons being a kid. Of course, I grew up in the 70s. As a kid, in the 70s. And I grew up as a teen in the 80s. So I mean, being a kid in the 70s, I mean, I would know that stuff because I just did that all the time. I mean, the 70s and 80s, that was the time, to basically grow up because that's what we did. We watched cartoons. We didn't have YouTube or, all this other stuff. We didn't have that stuff. Yeah. I mean, we would, watch Saturday morning cartoons. We'd have a bowl of that sugary cereal stuff that we would have sitting in front of there, maybe some toast or something, and just sit and watch cartoons all the time, And then when it got to the grown-up shows, what would we do? We'd go outside and we'd do whatever it is we did out there. So, I mean, the times that we were when we were being kids. Mr. Magoo, yeah, I mean, I remember him, yeah. Certainly remember him. I remember all of those. Now we got another order. What we got? Okay. Well, let's see here. What have we got? Where's it going? All right, I'm going to have to let this guy through. This is a bad order. It's a very bad order. I think it's going out south, going towards
Drive east on West Broadway
All right. It's $6 for 11 miles, guys. It's a terrible offer.
Enter Public Square and take the second exit onto North Harrison Street, State Route 9.
So most likely this might be their last delivery for the night, being it's a long, long way. So, and that's okay, because then we can just go ahead and get ready for the drawing after that. So since Dean still has still has 9 to go, yeah, we won't be able to do that drawing tonight unless everybody comes together and does it before the horn sounds. But yeah. But we will have at least one drawing, so. gave it a good one. Thank you. Yeah, well, I mean, there's always tomorrow, though, Dean. I mean, even if you don't do it today, like I said, we did say by Thanksgiving, right? And tomorrow's another day. So, I mean, hey, well, at least we do have one drawing anyway. I mean, we do have that. And I mean, Uber tonight was, Uber was awesome tonight. I mean, it really was. But yeah, this is a really terrible offer. But I would imagine with everything that I had today, I would think that I should be, my acceptance rate should be around 96, 97% with all the orders that I accept today, even the really awful ones. Yeah. I think one thing that might have, that might have held it back a little bit, Dean, was that you weren't live. I think had you been live, I said that might have it helped it a little bit. But I mean, I'm not saying that was the reason, but I'm just saying that could have been. And plus, I didn't see the big hitters out today either, like Mary and Sonny and some of them. I didn't see them out there today. Because I know they would have certainly, pitched in on that as well. But I mean, we originally did say, Thanksgiving, and Thanksgiving's a week away. So, we did say that. It's not like we weren't, lying or anything. We did say that. So, like I said, but if you still, have 9, I mean, tomorrow's another day. I mean, the big hitters might be out and you just might do it tomorrow. So we'll just see what team it is and then we'll just go from there. Yeah. Oh, this is such a terrible offer. Yeah, $6 for 11. That's just not good. It's been a big hit with me not going live. We were elevating 5 per day, so still on track. Yeah. Well, even you started at 10 to go, and you gained at least 1. So, but you never know. Someone might watch this and do something to help you overnight. You never know. You just never know.
In a half mile, turn right onto Morristown Road.
I'm just impressed with Mama Gigs right now. I mean, as soon as she hit that 500, I mean, she had 1,100 views on her last live stream. She's on her way. She is. She's on her way. A few more of those, and she's going to be there in no time. I mean, that's all it takes is to get you across that first part. And then it gets easier from there, just like it was the last time you got past 500. I mean, you were just climbing up that chart big time, Dean. And I know you'll do it again once you hit that 5. The hardest part is getting the 5. Is after you get the 5, then it gets easier. I mean, I'm just really impressed seeing that 1,100 views on Mama Gigs. I even told her, I said, great job. I said, you're getting the views now. Yeah. Because now her channel is broadened out and, the more, and you're getting all those views and, especially she's going to be, have single moms watching her with kids and doing all that. I think, they're going to be impressed by it. And, and they're giving her likes and subscriptions and all that just because they know what she's going through. It's not like you're trying to,
1930 North Morristown Road, Shelbyville, Indiana 46176. USA will be on the right. Drive southeast, then turn right.
All right up here it is. Okay. So, yep, and the main thing you worked on this channel was the watch hours, sitting at 4,400 now. Yeah. So, I mean, but what's going to happen, Dean, when you get across the 5, right? You're going to have the same amount of views she had, just like you did before. Then you're going to hit 5. You're going to hit, 5,000, 6,000. I'm over 5,000 watch hours myself. So, hey, James, welcome in. Picking up a Culver's, so I'll be right back. Yeah, people gave me some extra tips on Uber. I made $48 just on Uber today, guys. $48 just on Uber. You need another one?
I think that has 2.
Let me see.
Yeah.
It does have to. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for letting me know. Appreciate it.
I was like, where'd he go?
Yeah.
I gotta go chase him down now.
Thank you. Yeah, she handed me, one bag, and then someone came up. She said someone came up and said, they had a second bag with it. Well, they didn't tell her that there was a second bag, and then they finally found me out there. So, yeah, that looked kind of funny. So, but now I got it. Okay. Okay, it's going to Waldron. Okay, it's not that bad. All right. Yeah, I can handle that. It could be worse. Could be St. Paul, a lot farther. But Waldron's okay. We'll do that one. All right. At a benefit to your dashing and say $48 though, Dean, just on Uber today. I never make that much on Uber. Yeah. I said, I had somebody, I got a message there. I said, somebody added a $7 tip, $7 extra tip for your delivery. That's part of the reason they said that, I've, $7 tip for your delivery. I mean, $48 just on Uber today alone. See, I think I accepted 5 Uber orders today. I think 5. Yeah. And somebody added a $7 tip. I think it was that last lady that I took in Waldron, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, the lady that I delivered in Waldron. Yeah. Yeah, she's the one that added the $7. Because that was 12, and it was almost $20 I got just for that one order. And see, that's what I say. Do your best. I mean, you just never know what you might get. And it's just like Charles said, keeping it real. Like Charles said, there's days that you're going to appreciate Uber, and today is one of them. I mean, that was big for the Cats today. Huge. All right. Yeah, I need this one here. Okay. So directions, it's going to tell me to go down the highway. Oops. Why did I hit?
Drive south on North Riley Highway, State Route 9. Then, in a quarter mile,
Yep. Yes, you will get more with Uber over
Turn
DoorDash
left
and
to take the
Grubhub.
State Route 9 South ramp.
I mean, I'm so glad that I included Uber in it this time because that was a game changer. Yeah. I mean, that was just awesome. That last lady gave me an extra $7. I got $20 just in that delivery alone.
Continue for 6 miles.
So we're going back to Waldron. That's really not that bad. I mean, I can do Waldron. I'm just glad it's Waldron and not St. Paul. Man, that's just like, yeah. I wonder how many percentage points I went up with Uber too. Of course, I did turn some really dumb orders down too. I had like 2 or 3 $2 orders, and then I had a $6 going 17 miles. Yeah, I don't think so. I had that one, and then the $12 one came. So that was a good one. Yeah, just $48 in Uber. That's huge right there, because then I had $54 earlier. You just had $48. That's 102 just right there, and that doesn't include what I've made here tonight. So. Yeah, I probably would have struggled with DoorDash. And the thing is, too, I started 3 hours later than I normally would. I lost all that breakfast stuff, all on account of, of it being so foggy. But Uber made up for it. I mean, technically, if I get done with this, there still might be a little time left on the clock. But, this is a long trip I am taking out here, so who knows?
In 2 miles, take exit 119.
See, tonight, like I said, $48 on Uber. I had $9 on shift number 1, which of course included the dirty stack. And then tonight I made $39, in the orders that I had tonight. Which 19 of that was one customer. Yeah, when I saw the message on there that said, customer gave you $7 more than what they asked for, send them a thank you. I said, I definitely will. Yep, so I go off one or two customers that can be a repeat. Yes. Yes. Well, that's why I enjoyed delivering in Edinburgh when I did, because most of those customers were repeats. Most of them were, frequent customers.
Then turn left.
And that's why I say, if you give the best service that you can, to get them to, say, hey, say, do we want to order again? It depends on the type of service.
State Route 244.
Oh, okay. So now I'm going the other way this time. I'm not going this way. It's still a Waldron address, but I'm going towards Milroy, I guess. All right. Even though it's still a Waldron address. Okay. Well, here we go.
Continue for 1.5 miles.
Yeah, I had to deliver Milroy once when I started in Greensburg one time. That is a thought about, tomorrow. I do pretty good in Greensburg on Friday, so I don't know. We'll see. I haven't dashed in Greensburg in a while. Maybe that Needler's Market finally got their freezer fixed. Ones are probably wondering where the heck you've been. I said, well, when you're hit with a double whammy like that, yeah. But like I said, Dean, see, when you're right there, there's always something that wants to stand in the way, to keep you from getting through that threshold. And because they know what's beyond the threshold. They know what's, what that next thing is, just like Mama Gigs found out.
In a quarter mile, turn right onto South 600 East. Turn right onto South 600 East.
But I mean, that's just, like I said, it was real strange, when, Dean was saying, he broke his string, of being on, live ever since, the 13th of January. He said his string is broken. What happened? Same with Sally. What happened with her? The two that are on in the day, the two that I watch mostly in the day, even if I'm dashing, have them simulcast. Neither one of them have been live the last couple days. Of course, Sally's been dealing with health issues, though, too. Plus, I don't think it's really been sunrise-type weather there either, like it hasn't been here. So I wouldn't blame her at all for not doing it. You got to go slow around here because you don't know, some four-legged animals that could be dashing through here. Still 7 miles, gee, 7 minutes. Yeah, Dean, Queen was that close. Only needed 2 to get platinum. Get her platinum back. She got 3 horrible offers. And she had to turn them all down, and now she needs like 5 or something. We take the challenges over health issues. Yeah. Oh, I know. See it. Yeah, but like I said, Sally's been going through that.
East 300 south.
Okay, well, let's see here.
Continue for 1.5 miles.
I remember coming down this area, you know, like in the daytime, but in the night, it's so much different. So I know getting out is left and right. Okay. On the bright side, you're back to 90% on your completion rate. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, completion rate. Yeah, that's very important, especially if you have a shop and deliver order to where you know that you have to give a refund. You know, that takes a major hit on that. And then, you know, I've had to stop some shop and deliver orders on account of that. I mean, I had to. And boy, did I hate that. We were going to high school dance, you know, Waldron many decades ago, really. Well, I'm surprised that this is a Waldron address and not Milroy, because we're close to Milroy. Yeah, it's just such a different feel at night than it is during the day. Still 3 minutes, man. Something the youngsters don't know about yet.
In a quarter mile,
one-way
turn right
bridge,
onto
that's not
725
good.
East.
There's a car back there too. Yeah, that Cinnabon was 31 bucks, and the Auto Spark just got 2. Oh, okay.
Turn right onto 725 East.
All right. So when I come out, it's left and right.
In a quarter mile, 3,215 725 East. Waldron, Indiana 46182. USA will be on the right.
So it must be that house right up there.
East. Waldron, Indiana 46182. USA is on the right.
Okay, right here. All right. Yeah, I've had this house before. All right. And they leave their trucks over there to where it's going to be hard for me to back out. All right, I'll be right back. All right. Yeah, it's marked. All right. Okay. All right. Yeah, I told them that the offer was not okay. So we got $26 here. So 26, and so here's where they're at right now. Okay. And 54 is 80. We almost, guys, almost had a tie. Just by $1. Yeah. Michigan had 127. 48 and 80 is 128. They're just one ahead. However, but I mean, it's going to be almost impossible, but you know, to get back there, I mean, I don't think I can get back to town in 13 minutes. But if I did, and I was to get an order, could they get one at the... Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I had a $4 cash tip this morning that I put on the air. 128, and Michigan State had 132. Yeah. Yeah, left here. I think, right? Or is it it's a... Yeah, left and right. Yeah, okay. Yeah, hold on. I had a $4 cash tip from up there, and I did it on the air. 128 plus 4 is 132. We do have a tie. Northwestern tied Michigan State. Yeah, that's a one-lane road, one-lane bridge, so. Yeah, we have a tie, guys. We're going to be going to Rushville, it looks like. So unless the Uber goes up, but I said, well, that's possible, yeah. But I already got that. I said, but right now we do have a tie. We do. We have a tie between Northwestern and Michigan State. That means that both teams have to go again two times in, it's like 2 dashes in Rushville, 2 hours each. Yeah, tiebreaker. Yeah, that's 2 hours extra. That also adds to the pot, or it adds to the winnings. It adds to the cat winnings. That's what it does. Yeah, because Michigan had 127, Michigan State had 132. And so now we have a tie. Okay, so now I turn right here. Yeah, okay. All right, yes. I think, while since I'm way out of the way, let's go ahead and do this. We'll go ahead and play that. Here we go, guys. We're going to play for a tiebreaker. That's awesome. Northwestern and Michigan State in a tie. Yep. Yeah, I think we need to have Vern Lundquist make that call here when I get back, guys. Yep. All right. Got all kinds of things this tournament. Yeah, I know, but that's the thing about it. You know, that's the thing about it. It's just like Dick Vitale said, Big Ten basketball. You know, super, 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 Keith. That's what it is. Same thing with this dashing. Same thing. Yeah. Oh man, that's just, yeah, I totally forgot about that $4 cash tip that I got from the Blue River Career Programs. You know, and I did, you know, I mean, it is recorded on the air that I got it. Oh man, that is so awesome. Cash tips and Uber tips making a difference. Yep, absolutely. I knew that Uber was going to be a game changer this year. I just knew it was. I just knew that Uber was going to be a game changer. I just knew that it was. Yeah, I think I'll take, definitely going to take this way back. Yeah. All right. All right. Man, that's just, wow. I said, and your daily dash totals have been higher. I said, well, yeah, they've been higher all because of Uber. Uber has been, you know, Uber, I mean, to make $48 just an Uber today. Just an Uber. Yeah. They would have had nothing had it not been for Uber. I mean, they would have had, like I said, they would have had like, you know, $80 just in Doordash. Yeah. But yeah, $80 plus 80 plus 48, 128. Then the 4 cash tip, 132, tied with Michigan State. Okay, well, by the time I get back, it'll probably be time to do the drawing to see who the Dirty Stack winner is going to be. Oh, we got to draw the team too, so we got to see who the team is going to be to draw. So we got to do that too. Anxious for the team, yeah. But the thing is now, it's like Team Little One's gone twice, Team Little Tiny's gone twice, and Team Tot's gone twice. So we got to see who's going to break that tonight. But now the totals are going to change both for Team Tot and for Team Little One because they're because of the tiebreaker now. Oh man, it's just wow. I really was not expecting that tonight. Well, and the thing is, neither one of those teams have been picked. So I mean, now, with them doing, maybe somebody will decide to pick those teams now that there's going to be a tiebreaker. So all right. Oh man, wow. I mean, that was quite a comeback. That really was. And it was Uber who did it. All right, we're going to go in here and we're going to see what we can do. See who the team is, and then we'll go from there. All right. I mean, anxious for the team, yes, but I'm also anxious to see who's going to who's going to win this who's going to win the drawing. Okay. All right. Trying to get a little bit of light there, but not quite. Okay. Okay, hold on here, guys. I'm going to just make sure I had all the names written down, because there were a couple names that I write. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that strange name. Yeah, I did write that one down earlier. Okay. All right, that's okay. Okay. All right, guys, we're doing the Northwestern Dirty Stack drawing here. wish there was more in attendance to see this because, as intense as some of these dashes have been, yeah. Okay, so let me go ahead and let me clear out all this stuff here because let me get all the blues out of here and all the, get all my yellows together. Okay. Okay, we got another one there. Okay. All right. Okay, got that. All right, we'll get to. All right, we'll get all this written down here, guys. I mean, I'm anxious to see who this is going to be. All right. Okay. All right, let's draw the team first, guys. Here we go. Let's do the team. Team for tomorrow. Let's see who it's going to be. I'm looking at this right here. Who's the team that's going to go tomorrow? All right, and we have Indie Gig Life will like this. Purdue. Purdue goes tomorrow. Yeah, Indy will like that one. Yep. So there you go, Indy. If you are lurking, your team goes tomorrow. All right. All right, now let's get all the blues together here. Gather all those up, and we're getting ready to do the drum roll here to see who wins this one. Oh, I'm ready to see who's going to win this one. Oh, this should be interesting. All right. I'm going to throw these back in there. Funny you were thinking at team. Really? All right. Okay. All my blues now are inside here. Okay. All right. Got all the blues in here. We're digging it out. Let's see who wins this one. All right. All right. Okay, I gotta see. Wait a minute. I've got a name. All right, let's see who this name is. Interesting. Ray the Dashing Womble. Ray the Dashing Womble is the winner of the Northwestern Dash. Ray the Dashing Womble. Congratulations, Ray. You are the winner. All right. Whew. Yeah, I wasn't expecting that one. I was thinking with the way things were going, I thought it might have been something different. But yep, Dashing Womble is the winner. So, we'll give him a little cheer. All right. There it is for Ray. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to have an interesting dash tomorrow with Purdue. Yeah, I hope that Indie Gig Life knows that his team is going to go tomorrow. Yeah, see a quick trip incoming. Yeah. Wow, guys, what a day. I mean, really. I mean, it started out real slow, and then, it just seemed like they were going nowhere with stuff, but then Uber came to the rescue. I mean, to make $48 just in Uber alone tonight was just incredible. I mean, I had $9 in the morning and then $39 tonight, making a total of $48. And then that $4 cash tip that I had in the morning was just, it was just awesome. I mean, I was like, all it took was $4, and there was the $4 to create the tie. So now I've got to make a post saying that Northwestern and Michigan State will be doing a tiebreaker soon. So if anybody wants to pick those teams, now's your chance. So now's your chance, because, now that there's a tiebreaker, anything can happen, and it will be in Rushville. So, and since McDonald's is there in Rushville going, you can get some good McDonald's orders. You just don't know. Anything can happen in 2 hours. I mean, Rushville is a small town, yes, but you can get orders, and because it's so small, you'll get more orders. So, and I've seen that coming. Well, what a night, guys. Yep, I'm glad to see that Ray won, and I was just hoping that we would have gotten Dean up there, but we're still not quite there yet. But you never know. Tomorrow it might happen with Purdue. You just never know. So, all right, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get a couple things done here. But thank you as always for watching, and we will do this again tomorrow with Purdue. So until then, I will see you all in the future, and remember, we're all in this together.